You have been standing in this valley for 40 days, and nobody will fight you. Every morning you walk down from the Philistine camp, plant your feet in the dirt between the two hills, and scream at the army on the other side. The Israelites, thousands of them, soldiers, spearmen, archers camped along the ridge. Not one of them will come down. You are the champion of Gath, 9 feet tall. Your armor weighs 125 pounds. Your spear shaft is as thick as a weaver's beam. The iron point alone weighs 15 pounds.
Your shields will shatter before
Javelin
me.
across your
Run,
back.
cowards!
Sword on your
Tremble!
hip.
Your
Bronze
defeat is
helmet
sealed!
covering everything but your eyes. When you walk, the ground talks about it. The Philistine army doesn't use you in formations. You are the formation. When the generals need a battle
Soldiers,
ended
your
before it
strength
starts,
is my strength!
they send you into the valley and let the other side do the math. Most of the time, they surrender. When they don't, it's over quickly. That's how war works here. 2 armies on opposite hills. Each sends a champion. Single combat. Winner takes all. The system has one flaw, though. It only works if the other side sends someone. 40 days. You shout the challenge every morning. You describe in detail what you'll do to whoever comes down. And they just stand there on their hill, the way they shift and look at each other, and nobody steps forward.
Soldiers, the enemy is upon us! Prepare for battle!
The silence after your voice echoes off the
Cowards,
rocks.
stand and fight! Show them
You're
your
a
strength!
weapon, and they know
Nonsense!
it.
Charge
And that
now or I'll
knowledge
have
is
your
doing your
heads!
job for you. But 40 days is a long time to stand in a valley yelling at an army that won't fight back. It stopped feeling powerful around day 20. Now it just feels tedious, like barking at a wall.
The maps
Your
are
generals
updated.
are getting
What about
impatient.
provisions? I've tallied
Every
them.
day
We are
costs
short on
supplies,
arrows, and
morale,
our coin won't cover more
positioning.
supplies. Then we must
You're the
reconsider our
solution.
strategy. Agreed.
You've always been the solution, so you've started getting creative. Mocking their god, calling their king a coward, telling them their wives will be grinding grain for Philistine households by the end of the month. The religious stuff gets under their skin. You can tell by the way the front lines tighten when you say it. Still, nobody comes. Then on the 41st morning, something changes. Movement on the Israelite side. Not the usual nervous shuffling, something deliberate. A figure separating from the mass and walking down the hill toward the valley. Finally, you grip your spear. 6 weeks of screaming, and finally someone decided he'd rather die than watch you pace one more day. Then you see him clearly. He's a kid, not a young soldier. A kid, 16, maybe younger. No armor, no helmet, no shield, no sword. He's carrying a shepherd's stick, leather sling in one hand, small bag at his hip. That's it. You check the Israelite lines, waiting for the real champion to step out. Nobody else moves. This is their answer. 40 days of challenges, and they sent a shepherd boy. The insult lands before the anger does. Not enough to send a soldier, not enough to send a general. A child with a stick. Your blood heats up in a way it hasn't in weeks. This isn't a challenge. This is contempt. You call out. The valley carries your voice well. 40 days of practice with the acoustics. Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? You curse him by Dagon, by every god your nation holds sacred. You promise his flesh to the birds and the wild animals. You mean every word. But here's the thing that bothers you. The boy doesn't flinch. Men twice his size have trembled at your voice from twice this distance. This kid just keeps walking. Steady pace, no hesitation, like he's walking to a well, not a fight. He yells back. Younger voice than you expected, but it carries across the whole valley. He says he's coming in the name of the Lord of hosts. Says today the Lord will deliver you into his hands. says he's going to strike you down and cut off your head. And then he says something that lodges in your brain like a splinter. The whole world will know there is a God in Israel, and the battle is the Lord's. Your army shifts behind you. The boy's words have landed in their ranks too. There's something in his voice that doesn't match his body. The words are too big for the person saying them. Too certain. You've fought brave men, desperate men, insane men. None of them sounded like this. This kid sounds like he already knows how it ends. Now here's the moment everything turns and you don't even realize it. You push that thought down. You grip your spear. Start forward. Your shield bearer moves ahead of you. The boy is 50 yards away. Closing. No armor means you need precision with the throw. Center mass. One throw. This is over in seconds. You've put this spear through shield walls. One unarmored boy is nothing. He reaches into his bag. You notice the sling, but don't think about it. Slings are shepherd tools. They chase wolves from flocks. The stones are small. You're wearing bronze head to toe. The math doesn't work against you. The math has never worked against you. He loads the sling, starts the rotation. 30 yards, 25. You shift the spear in your hand, finding the balance point. The stone leaves the sling. You don't see it. A skilled slinger puts a stone out at close to 100 miles an hour. It doesn't arc like an arrow. It travels flat and fast. You don't see it leave his hand. You don't see it cross the distance. The next thing you know, there's a sound inside your skull that isn't a sound. A vibration. A crack. A silence that starts in the front of your head and spreads backward like water. The stone hits your forehead. The one part the helmet doesn't cover. Your legs go first, not a stumble, a collapse. The ground comes up fast. 125 pounds of bronze drives you face first into the dirt. The valley goes quiet. Both armies, both hillsides, thousands of soldiers. The only sound is your armor settling against the rocks. The boy walks up. He doesn't have a sword, but you do. He pulls yours from the scabbard on your hip. Your weapon, your blade, uses it to cut off your head. The Giant of Gath, killed by a shepherd boy with a rock and finished with his own sword. The Israelites charge. The Philistines break. Your army turns and runs. Your body on the valley floor does what 40 days of standoff couldn't. Ends the war in 30 seconds. 3,000 years from now, your name will be the most famous metaphor for unbeatable odds. But not the way you'd want. Every underdog story ever told gets measured against the boy who beat you. David and Goliath. Your name always comes second. But here's the question nobody asks. You did the math your whole life. Bigger wins. Better armor wins. More experience wins. Every single time. Then one morning, a kid walks into a valley with a rock and the math just stops. Was it always wrong? Or did it work perfectly right up until it hit something the math was never built to measure? Because if there's a force that picks a shepherd boy over a giant and decides the outcome before the stone ever leaves the hand, the most terrifying thing about this valley isn't that you lost. It's that you never had a chance.